Hello students, I hope all are really doing well and great. So it's good to see you guys after a very long time. So from this video we are going to learn an important topic which is letter writing. It is also related to our skills. So letter writing is very important. So we are going to learn this from this video, and this is a short video. So make sure that you stay till the end of the video and watch it completely. So what is a letter? We know a letter is a message. I mean, it will contain a message that can be handwritten or printed on a paper. Then it will be sent to the recipient person. Okay, so recipient person or nothing but the person whom we want to send the letter. So letter or known as the important means of communication, and this can be personal at the same time official too. So traditionally or a lot letters are largely or broadly classified into two categories: formal and informal letters. So this personal we can consider as informal letter, and official we can consider as formal letter. So why letter writing is very important? Because letter writing is something which will exhibit your talent and your skills. Because to write a letter you should have skills, and by practicing letter writing you will improve your communication skills, and that will also help you to attain good position in your future once you get into some job or once you are employed after your higher studies. So let's talk about the formal and informal letter. So formal letters are sometimes known as business letter because this is written to achieve a specific purpose. For example, to complain about a product that you have received and it has some damage or malfunction, then you can write a complaint about the product you received from to the shop whom you got the product. And also you can write apply for a position. Once you are employed and you gained good experience, then you want to apply for a higher position, then you have to follow the formal letter method. And likewise to request an information and to apply for acceptance, all this. So these are a few examples of formal letters. In simple, formal letters will have a specific format which I will be explaining shortly, and it should be very simple in simple language, and at the same time it should be very easy to read and understand. And the subject line in the formal letter is very important because that will contain the main purpose of the letter which you are writing. So in simple, formal letter means they will have a specific format, and it will be written to achieve a specific purpose. Few examples of formal letters or complaining, applying for a position, requesting information, and applying for acceptance. And it should be very simple and easy to read at the same time to understand. Subject line is very important in formal letters. So informal letters, it is also known as casual letters. So you write it to to your parent or friends or siblings or classmate, so casually, and you don't need to follow the specific format like how you follow in formal letter. Okay, so this is for informal purpose. For example, if you want to write a letter to your a friend who is staying away from you, who recently went to his native from college, then you will write a letter about how are you, buddy, dear buddy. Then you will write like that. So you don't need to follow the formal letter procedure and method. So let's see the format of the letter for the formal letter. So the formal letter will start with the sender's address. Senders are nothing but the person who is writing the letter. For example, I am the one who is writing the letter. Then my address and my information should be there. So I should write my name on top of the address. Then I have to give my address where I reside and which place I belong to, and I can provide email and phone number if I have to give, like if it is required, then you can provide your email and phone number. And after writing your address, sender's address, then you have to leave one space line and write the date as in this format. For example, today I'm writing this letter, then I have to give the date. Today's date is 5 and the month October 2020. So this is the format you have to write the date in the formal letter, leaving one space after the sender's address. Then you have to write the receiver's address. So receiver's address means like to whom you are writing this letter. For example, if you are writing a letter to the shop owner or to the shop, then you have to write their address correctly without making any mistakes. Then you have to write the subject of the letter. I have given you this example from your book. So we'll be seeing who is ordering the book later. So for example, I want to order English Oxford Dictionary. So that is the main purpose of the letter. So that I will be giving in here. So order for English Oxford Dictionary record. So in simple one line, the entire purpose of the letter is been given in short way. Then you will have to write salutation. Salutation is nothing but you have to greet them, right? When you write a letter, you should greet them. But when it comes to formal letter, you have to follow the proper method and you have to provide respect. Either you can start with sir or madam, or else if you know for sure the person whom you are writing is a male person, then you can write respected sir. If you know the person whom you are writing this letter to is a girl or a female, then you should write respected madam. If you don't know, you can start with sir or madam. Okay, so then body of the letter comes after the salutation. In here you have to introduce yourself first and you have to write the purpose of the letter, like why are you writing this letter. For example, we are going to order the English Oxford Dictionary, right? So then you have to write the purpose of the letter, and finally you have to conclude it what you expect from the letter, like any solution or you need any books, when can you get the book, or what is the amount of the book. Likewise, you have to conclude it, you have to introduce and how much you need, or such things you have to explain in the body of the letter, then finally conclude it by what you want to conclude. Closure, you have to thank the person at the end, and you have to provide your signature and designation if you have any designation. For example, if you are in higher position, for a CEO or manager of some bank, then you can mention your designation there. So this is the format of the formal letter when you write a formal letter. So the first thing should be sender's address, they followed by date and receiver's address, subject of the letter, salutation, body of the letter. Finally, you have to close it, acknowledge them. So let's see with the example. So let's learn how to write a letter to order goods or products. At the same time, you receive the product or goods and you find some damages or some malfunction. Then you need to write a letter to complain about it. Okay, so this ordering goods and complaining letter, all this comes under the formal letter. So let's start with the example. So Miss Deepa, she's an NGO. NGO means non-government organization. She runs a non-government organization, and she is going to write a letter to wholesale bookshop dealer, and she wants to place an order for 100 copies of medium size English Oxford Dictionary. So let's see with the example. So as I told you, when it comes to formal letter, you will have to follow the format which I explained it to you now. So let's start with the and Deepa, and she is the one who's the writing the letter. So she is the sender. So the sender's name is Miss Deepa and her address is clearly given. She runs an NGO and the name of the NGO is Nallam Trust, and her address is given in detail along with the email ID. Then once you write the sender's address, you have to write the date, leaving one space line. So in this format you have to write the date. So you have to mention the date followed by the month in letters and the year. Then you will have to write the recipient address. Recipient address or nothing but to whom you are writing this letter. So Deepa wants to place an order of 100 dictionaries, right? Small medium size 100 dictionary to the shop. The shop address is the proprietor Nishal Bookshop, and the pin code is clearly given. Then you have to provide the salutation. Since she doesn't know whether the person whom she is writing a man or a woman, she's greeting them with sir or madam. Okay, then you have to give the subject. So what is the subject? She's the subject is like she wants to place an order of English Oxford Dictionary. So in single line she has written order for English Oxford Dictionary regard. Okay, so it means like I want to order an English Oxford Dictionary, so that is why I'm writing this letter. In subject itself, the person who is seeing this letter will be able to understand what is the purpose of this letter in short. Then you have to write the body of the letter. In body of letter she's saying, let's read that, then I'll explain you. On reading the discount provided by your shop in the advertisement of yesterday's newspaper, I would like to place an order for 100 copies of medium sized English Oxford Dictionary in your shop. I need the copies within a week, so let me know the estimation for the bulk order placed as early as possible. So in the body of letter, she's telling that she has seen the advertisement yesterday's newspaper that in this shop they have provided some discount for the dictionary. So she would like to place an order. She is conveying the information what she wanted to convey. Okay, so she would like to place an order for 100 copies of medium sized English Oxford Dictionary, and she is finally concluding that she needs it within a week, within 2 weeks. So she needs that within a week, and so she also asked them to inform her the amount of the order that she is placing as early as possible. Finally, once you write the body of the letter, then you have to finish it by with closure, right? So while closing you have to acknowledge the person by properly saying thank you and with your signature, name and designation if you have any designation. So when it comes to formal letter, the first thing is sender's address. Here senders send the person who is sending this writing this letter is Miss Deepa. Then this is the followed by the date and recipient address or receiver's address. We provide salutation followed by the receiver's address. Then we write the subject of the letter to what is the purpose of the letter in short, and the body of the letter. So why you are placing, why you are writing this letter, and what you want from the shop, and what you are concluding at the end. All these things will be inside the body of the letter. Finally, closure. Okay, so this is how you write a formal letter. This is the format which is followed for all the all the formal letters. Only the body of the letter as well as these subject will be varying. So you will be so it varies for the different purpose, but this is the proper format that you have to follow when you write a formal letter. So let's see now. Let's assume that Deepa has received the dictionaries, but she finds that there are some damages in the dictionaries that she has received. So now she is going to write a complaint letter about it. As I told you, since letter of complaint is also a formal letter, the first thing will be the sender's address and followed by the date. You will leave one space line, you will provide the date in the format which I mentioned earlier, and to whom you are writing this letter, recipient address, and salutation, body of subject of the letter. Here if you see the subject varies because she's complaining about the product that she has received. So the subject here is complained about damaged dictionary record. And body of letter again, it will be about the what complaint of it will be about what is the complaint that she is writing. So she's saying, on receiving the order of 100 copies of English dictionaries from your shop, I found that around 25 copies of them were damaged. In some copies, the pages are missing, and in some more copies, the pages are not in order. So, duly accept my complaint and replace the damaged copies. Kindly check the returned copies and replace them accordingly. So, while reading itself, you will find out that the letter is very simple and very easy to understand, right? So you don't need to write a lot of things. You will have to write shortly and precisely what you want to convey from the body of the letter. So she says that she received 100 copies of the English Oxford Dictionary as she has placed it earlier, and while checking it she found that 25 copies were damaged. So she's also mentioning the details, like what are all the complaints that she has found from the dictionaries that she has received. So she's saying that some pages are missing, and in some copies the pages are not in order. So finally she's concluding that accept my complaint and replace the damaged copies. Kindly check the returned copies and replace them accordingly. She's also concluding that accept my complaint, at the same time while returning the copies, please check them and replace them accordingly. So in the body of letter, clearly and precisely what she wanted to convey has been conveyed. Okay, so this is how you write in the body of the letter. Finally you come to closure, thank you, and with acknowledging by thank you, and finally you provide your if you are writing this letter to some principal, or to some higher authority, then you change this closure according to the person you are writing. So here to the shop owner, so she's saying that yours faithfully, finally, with her signature. So like we have seen in the previous letter, here also, this since this is also a formal letter, first comes sender's address followed by date, receiver's address, salutation, subject of the letter, body of the letter, and finally you go to closure. So this is how you write a formal letter, and I hope you guys have understood. If you still have any doubts, please don't hesitate to contact me. Take care, guys.